Hello everybody. So this little video is a little offering for the autumn season, and it basically is about increasing the space, and with the space the range of movement in the middle to upper spine, and it involves some movement kind of in the linear plane, but it also involves movement in the rotation range. And why this practice now? Because in autumn, like spring, is a season, but it's a kind of intermediate season, and those intermediate seasons, not only does the weather change, but nature evolves. And as nature evolves, there's a lot of kind of microbes that come around. With a milder climate, but fairly unsettled one. And our bodies are still very much kind of functioning in the way that they were functioning with the summer, used to like lots of light and used to certain kinds of food and certain kinds of activities. And they're basically not really prepared to face the microbes. And one of the places that makes us really vulnerable to that is our gut, our digestive system. And so in the rotation and in these kinds of movements, what we do is we wring our digestive system, and so we help it to detox and cleanse and basically get more healthy and leaner, cleaner, to deal with the change of season. But the other side of this practice is basically kind of digging back into what's happened, moving back into what's happened that's brought us to this place. So moving into the back of the heart and really feeling how what we nurtured and what we dreamt of has come to fruition in the course of time, and how it has. It doesn't always come the way we want to. And with the rotations, it's much more about taking a look back and seeing the way back. So seeing the way that it has taken to get us to the point where we are right now. So there you go. As per usual, please feel free to modify. And if it doesn't work for you at all, just, even with modification, just leave it. There are a few options in this practice, so there's bound to be something for you. One more element. So keeping that middle to upper spine open also allows us to keep the lungs and the rib cage really free, which means that we can really kind of take in breath, and we can nourish the heart, so the physical heart and the physical lungs. But it's also about giving ourselves more space to basically let our hopes and dreams kind of sit and hopefully in their own way kind of plant themselves and slowly grow. There you go. So the practice: find a comfortable seat, and it doesn't have to be cross-legged. You could be sitting on your heels, you could be sitting on a chair, or actually doing this part standing up. It's perfectly fine either way, whatever is most comfortable. Interlace your fingers and then draw the palms of your hands forward, and as you do and you stretch the arms, let the head fall between the arms, and let the back of the heart really dome backward, so you're really rounding the back of your heart. And take a few deep breaths into it. If you want to sigh up, that's sometimes a great option. And if you want to add an element to this, take a very deep breath in and nourish the dreams, the aspirations that you've fostered this year. And on the exhale, just let them free free to come to life the way that they will come to life. So you could do that for a few breath cycles. And then when you're ready, reach those arms up to the ceiling. You could stay here, or you could grab opposite forearm or opposite elbow. Relax the shoulders down. And just take a moment, getting very long between the hips, all the way to those elbows. And breathing especially into the side of your rib cage, below those armpits, and all the way to the floating ribs. And then let it go when you're ready. Okay, now come onto your hands and knees, and let's keep our alignment kind of really as a focus. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, and the feet are in line with the knees and the hips. And we're going to do a cat-cow, which is quite a common sequence in yoga, but we're going to do it with a traction of the arms and legs to help us really get deeper into the tissues. So on the inhale, you arch the spine downwards, the chest opens forwards, and the sit bones lift up. And on the exhale, you round everything up and the head drops down. And so this is the basic form. And adding the traction on the inhale, arch the spine down, and then drag hands and knees towards one another. And then on the exhale, as you dome up, pull the hands and the knees away from one another. So inhale, open the chest, lift the sit bone arch down, drag hands and knees towards one another. Exhale, press into the hands and drag hands and knees away from one another, arching up. And you could stay here, and once again, take a few deep breaths into the back of the lungs, back of the heart, and let your head be really loose. And again, if you want to breathe into all those aspirations and those dreams, and then really let them be free and unfold in their own way, you can. And then inhale, come back to a long neutral spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, slide it, thread it underneath the left. And then touch down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, slide down. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, this time we're going to stay here. So really settle onto the back of that shoulder. The right palm turns up, and then the left arm can stretch forward. And you're really going to breathe into this whole region. And the tendency is going to be for the hips to kind of take a little bit of a swing. Extend that head back. Relax the left shoulder. And then after a few breaths, plant that left hand in front of your nose, push down onto it, come back onto hands and knees. I'll just show you from the other side so you know fully what it looks like. Most important is what it feels like always. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slide underneath. You don't have to come down all the way. And it's all about, maybe you heard that pop. It's all about creating that rotation movement into the vertebrae. And then settle down. Let your ear be really fully released to the ear, the temple, or the cheek. And then this time, stretching the right arm forward. And this palm is nice and soft, but reaching up. And then this shoulder, rather than have it up, so really opening the armpit, I close the armpit, so I soften the shoulder. And breathing into the left side of my rib cage. Softening the tongue, the jaw. And then when you're ready, exhale, place the hand next to your nose, push up, come back up. Stretching the legs out in front, very simple, common posture in yoga. I'll just show you sideways so you can see the placement of the legs. So you could have two options for the legs. The bottom leg could be straight or it could be bent, as long as you can sit between both sit bones on the ground, basically. The heel is to the side. And then take your hands and just place them onto the front of that knee, just so that you can lift the spine long and open the chest. And then when you're ready, two options with the arms. Either hook the elbow onto the knee, the other hand comes onto the ground behind you, shoulders down, or just place the arm onto just below the knee. And then slowly, keeping the chin in line with the chest, start twisting with the bottom spine, then the middle spine, and then the top spine. With every breath in, you just create lots of space through the spine, lifting it, through the rib cage, widening it. And with every breath out, the belly draws in, and maybe that helps you to twist ever so slightly more. Take your time, there's no rush. And then the last few breaths, you can turn the gaze to look to the shoulder that faces back. And then when you're ready, inhale, come back up. And just change sides. Enjoy this practice. Any questions or any desires to explore private work, drop me a little email, Valerie@resonanceexperience.com. Thank you very much. Take good care.